Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. You've heard of the Sultan of Swing. Well, how about the Sultan of Coins? This article comes to us from Colonic Stacker. It is from the New York Post here, and it is Iran who has arrested suspected gold hoarding, the Sultan of Coins. Quite interesting indeed. This story really tells us about the state of the economy and sanctions against Iran. In Tehran, the capital, Iranian state TV says police have arrested a man who was hoarding 2 tons of gold coins in order to manipulate the market. That's right, he was a sort of the Middle Eastern Hunt brother without a brother. The Wednesday report quotes Tehran Police Chief General Hossein Rahimi as saying the 58-year-old suspect had accomplices who helped him collect the coins over the past 10 months. He did not identify the suspect, whom state media referred to as the Sultan of Coins. 2 tons would be the equivalent of around 250,000 coins. Iranians have stocked up on gold coins and other safe haven investments as the local currency has plummeted in recent months, mainly due to the sanctions the United States has put on Iran. And actually, since then, the Iranian people have sort of rebelled, and there's talk of maybe perhaps another revolution in Iran, where instead of chanting death to Israel or death to the USA is a great Satan, now they're chanting death to Palestine. Kind of crazy. Anyways, the Iranian rial has plunged to 90,000 to the dollar, double the government rate of 42,000. So very interesting indeed. There's all we have on this story, but it kind of tells you a little bit about what's going on. And if more things like this happen more often as people hoard gold or hold on to it and use it as a hedge, then we could see the price of gold up in that way for fear in some of these countries like Venezuela, Iran, Greece, and other countries, where people realize, you know what, our currency is not worth a whole lot. We're going to have to hold on to something that has historic value, has been money, used as money for years, and people of Iran know that gold is that. And obviously, this 58-year-old suspect has been hoarding a lot of it with the help of some accomplices here. So it's quite interesting and fascinating. We shall see what happens. That's a lot of gold to hoard for one person with the help of some accomplices. And it makes you wonder, well, what is gold worth, you know, on a dollar level in Iran, and as opposed to what it's worth here. I'm sure this is commanding quite a premium, is my guess over there. And where does Iran get their gold? Where does the public get their gold from Iran? How easily is it traded? Because it's obviously, you know, in the Middle East and in the East in general, in Asia, the Middle East, and parts of Africa, gold is certainly valued much more so than here in the West. So, is it being used maybe for some purchases with the dollar, with their currency being plummeting for so long there? Quite fascinating. It's anyone's guess as to what's going to happen next with Iran and those sanctions. They're being tightened up here under the Trump administration, and that is something that will certainly play a part and role, and how it will affect the markets in general for gold and silver. I think that's one reason why we haven't seen gold especially go down considerably a whole lot this summer, because of things like this, because a country like Iran and nations in the East are accumulating more gold, and India especially accumulates it for cultural reasons. And as I mentioned in a previous video, if the economy does well in certain cases, especially in cases where the people accumulate gold, and there's more people in Iran or in India that have gold than probably any other nation in the world. So as a nation, its holdings of gold between public and private holdings is probably greater in India than any other nation of the world. Well, if there's more demand for it in those countries, you're going to see the price go up, even in great economic conditions. Here in the U.S., we have our own concerns with trade wars and the like, and the fact that not a whole lot of people here accumulate gold for the reasons that you and I do. But nonetheless, there it is. Fascinating story. Thanks again to Colonic Stacker for sending it along here. Quite interesting. The Sultan of Coins. Of gold coins. The Sultan of Gold. Post your thoughts below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to y'all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.